right now. You know what time it is. Hello guys, and welcome to another installment of our Boxycharm Welcome to another installment of our Boxycharm unboxing. I looked at the spoilers on this one this month, and I feel like I'm not like totally stoked about them, but I'm kind of hoping that my mind gets changed. When I say kind of, I mean completely hoping. So let's just jump into it and see what Boxycharm gave us this month. Oh yes. Something stinks in here. Like, it smells like alcohol. I don't know if it's like the squishy stuff on the inside. I don't know. Something is weird smelling up in here. So first of all, on top we have this Cover FX blurring primer. A blurring primer that instantly minimizes the appearance of pores and fine lines to create a super smooth, flawless airbrush look. Okay, cool. So let's see. I'm obviously wearing foundation already, so not going to really get to do a real review of this, but so far it's looking like the Pores No More primer. That's what it feels like too. It looks like it, it feels like it. I'm sure it'll work just fine. I'm getting really old and wrinkly, so any primer that is smoothing I always get, and I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can see it. Check that out. Like, my foundation always settles right here in these creases, and it's super annoying. That's what you get for being old. So, hopefully this helps. I've liked everything I've ever gotten from Cover FX, so I'm sure I will enjoy this. This formula feels nice, so I'm sure it'll be great. Next up, there's this brush here. This is from Aesthetica. That is a company I've never heard of. Is it supposed to be that? Like, it looks like almost this should be a chisel brush, but like the shape is just weird, and I'm not sure if it's supposed to be upright like that, you know, and just be like a full-on fluff brush. Let's read the paper that Boxycharm sent. Please excuse my fingernail polish or lack thereof. I was just in the car for 5 hours and I got bored, so I started picking all my nail polish off and didn't get all the way done, so that's fun. This is the P12 face brush. With synthetic fibers that allow for maximum control, the P12 face brush is perfect for creating a seamless look, and this retails for $27. I feel like it was just packaged weird, and hopefully that shape just like fixes itself. The brush feels pretty sturdy. I mean, if you're gonna pay $27 for one singular brush, it better be sturdy. You wouldn't want to use it for contour. Well, maybe bronzing a little bit. I don't know. Next, we have a matte lip gloss by Beauty Creations, and then it says Boxycharm on the top, so I guess this is some kind of collab. The color on the box seems nice. Obviously similar to most of the colors anyone ever sends us, but we will see how I like this one. This is in the shade Sweetheart. Alright, so it claims to be long wearing. God, I feel like I have a million colors like this. Well, go figure, it's got a strong scent too. You guys know how I feel about strong scented lip products. I'm not sure about this formula. I feel like it might be a little drying, and for someone like me who has dry lips 24/7, needs something a little more moisturizing, but we will try it. Jesus, I dropped shit. We will try it out today and see what happens. Now, to go alongside that brush, actually, they sent us another 3-piece brush set. This is also by Aesthetica. Alright, so we have an angled brush, a spoolie brush, and a very fine tip brush. So I kind of like how this one is angled that way, because I feel like it's probably going to be helpful. Spoiler alert, there's a gel liner in here, but I feel like that will be a helpful angle. This angled brush is thick. Very sturdy though, so I like that, but I don't like how thick it is. I feel like you won't be able to get like a precise line. Maybe it's more for filling in. And then, like I said, Pretty Vulgar also sent a gel eyeliner. Now, I've never used a gel eyeliner before, but the packaging on this is super cute. This is just called The Ink in the shade Blacklist. I love this packaging. It's super cute. It smells weird, but I guess who cares? I've gotten stuff from Pretty Vulgar before. I think it was a blush, and I love the blush. So I'm totally cool with this. Last but not least, Oh god, is this another palette? Ooh, this is the Pure Cosmetics Sculptor palette, so I'm assuming it's gonna be more like a bronzing, contouring, highlighting palette. Ooh, wow. Okay, so this is definitely not cream, but as you can see, we have 2 shimmer shades here and 2 dark brown contour colors. Obviously, I'm all for the variety of different skin tones, but this seems way too dark, and I know Boxycharm knows that I have a light skin complexion. This doesn't say it's like light or dark, it just says the highlight and contour palette. Look at, like, there's no way I can use this. I mean, we'll use it today, but that's crazy. I wonder, maybe that might make like a good eyebrow powder for me though. Ooh, this highlight looks pretty. Yes! Okay, I see you. This one might be too dark. Yeah, that one's definitely too dark for my skin tone. It's definitely more golden. Of course, if you're gonna have variety in your palette, you gotta have one for a darker skin tone too. So that's what this is. I can probably, I'm pretty sure, use this. Even this color though, like, ooh, it's super creamy, I will say that. But I don't know, well, yeah, I'd have to use it really lightly though. Okay guys, that is everything that is in my Boxycharm. Now let's try to do stuff. Alright, so I'm gonna actually go ahead and try this palette out first. Okay, I'm gonna do one side of my face with this one here and just see how that goes, and then I might as well just see if I can make that one work. I just don't want to be accused of like being disrespectful or something, but no, they did send me this, right? So anyway, holy farts. Okay. Yeah, this, I mean, I can make it work, but I feel like that lighter shade is still too dark for me. I'm gonna see if I can just lightly tap and maybe make use of this one. So just one tap. Oh my god. Okay, what I have to say here is that these are so pigmented that the pigment literally just stays right where you put it. It's not very blendable, and as you can see, like, this darker shade is really patchy. Like, you see what I'm saying? This spot right here is just like, that's bad. And obviously I know this color is too dark for me, but in the pan, they don't look that different, and I feel like this one just like blended out so much better than this color did. Let me throw some blush on real fast to try to fix that. I'm gonna see if we can make it work with this. So I tried to put a little more blush on this side to see if I could give that contour something to blend into, but it's just like, this brush, I don't think it's great for using it for blush. I think maybe the only thing you can really get away with using this for is powdering your face. It is so soft that it's really hard to get it precise anywhere. Like, obviously I like blush more on the apples of my cheeks, but like, it was just kind of just spreading it everywhere. I probably won't use this for anything else but face powder, which maybe that's what it's for, who knows, but not blush, not for me. We're gonna go back in with this palette. On the lighter side here, I'm gonna go ahead and use this one. Pretty pigmented too. I'm pretty happy with that color actually. So let me go ahead and see what I can make work with this one. Now this shade is a little less intense, I think. This shade is definitely more intense, but this one's kind of more of a subtle glow. So I guess it just depends on what your style is here, of course. Obviously, I like to have glow from the gods, so, but this would be nice for like just a natural day, and I think I can use it during the summer on a day where I'm not wanting to like glow to filth, which is not very often, but you know. All in all, I'm kind of meh with this palette. It's all right. You can see there's like, and I was barely tapping it, right? Like, there's a lot of fallout. Like, you know, I wasn't using that much of it, and it's just, yeah, you know, I've liked just about everything that Pure has ever given me, but this one is kind of a miss for me, except for that highlight shade, which It's hard to go wrong with a highlight for me, especially if it's pigmented like this, so I'm happy with that. I mean, I can give contouring with it a better try, maybe with a different brush. I don't know. I don't want to say I want to change like my foundation and powder just to make that contour work when I have other contours that work better than that. I don't know. That's just my personal thing here. Now, what I'm most excited for is to try this gel eyeliner. Ooh, it is much juicier than the Dip Brow Pomade. Here goes nothing. Okay. This is the winner of the day for me, for sure. I think this is great. Really, it's gonna depend on how long it lasts. Is it smudge proof? Does it dry down? You know, that's gonna be the big thing for me, but I love the way it applies. It is super smooth. This brush does a great job. I'm very happy with this and this. Actually, I'm wondering if I should try to like contour my nose or something with this brush, because I don't really know what else to do with a brush this thick, because I feel like it'd be too thick to do eyebrows with. Now, I pretty much like never contour my nose, so it's kind of like a weird thing for me to do it, but I feel like that brush is kind of a good one to do it with. I mean, I don't know, I'm not a big nose contour, so I probably could have blended it better too. So the last thing in here is this lipstick, so I'm not gonna say much about it. Let's just see what's going on. It says it dries matte, so let's see. Color is very pretty. I actually really like it a lot. I was afraid it might be a little orangey, but it's not. It's nice and pink, and although while it's drying down, it's kind of a little sticky. Okay, it's a little sticky. I do worry that the longer I wear it, you know, it feels like it is drying down. I really like the color, but I feel like the formula would get flaky after some time, and I obviously have no proof of that. But I mean, I've used a lot of liquid lipsticks, and usually the ones that have the creamier finish are the ones that are better for me. This one kind of goes on creamy. So all in all, with this month's Boxycharm, I'm kind of underwhelmed. This actually might be the most underwhelmed I've ever been with a Boxycharm. It's just all kind of boring to me. I like it when they send me stuff that I'm like excited to try, and aside from, you know, this kind of new eyeliner experience, I'm kind of, yeah, just meh. You know, it's not great, but it's not bad. Like, they're all things I'm gonna use, but, well, I don't know about this brush, honestly. I have other face brushes that I like, so I don't know. I mean, it's soft, and I definitely would not pay $27 for this. Holy farts. Now, what's really interesting to me is that this card that they always send with the Boxycharm, it always gives the MSRP and things. First of all, this says this only retails for $10, which is pretty cheap for a liquid lipstick if you're going on something more high-end. I think that's worth it, honestly, because it doesn't feel much different from a lot of the high-end makeups. The finish is generally pretty similar, so for it to be $10 instead of like $20, $25, what other places want to charge you for, it's like, it's not bad. This does say that it's supposed to dry to a seamless, smooth, matte finish, though. It's really just like getting in the creases of my lips, just like my foundation does in the creases of my face because I'm old. Now, holy crap, this 3-piece eye trio goes for $45. I don't get it. I think that is way too expensive for these brushes. This is just a spoolie brush. Like, how do you get off by putting this in a 45? Like, okay, let's just say that this isn't even in here, because really I probably won't use this much. The eyebrow brush that I normally use has a spoolie at the end of it, and it was like a $20 brush, so, and it works, and it's great, and it's much thinner than this one, and it's like, I obviously need this for the eyeliner they sent me, and I'm glad they sent it to me. I would not ever in a million years pay $45 for these 3 brushes. That is insane to me. This eyeliner goes for $24. I think that's fair, because Honestly, there's a lot of product in here, and I feel like it will last me a long time, assuming it doesn't dry out fast. This little guy goes for $38. Now, to me, that's expensive for a primer. Obviously, I didn't get to try it, so it will be worth it to me if it can keep makeup from settling in my smile lines. This palette goes for $30, which is pretty funny to me because I feel like this should be worth more than at least those brushes. $45. I'd rather pay $45 for this than those brushes, but I wouldn't pay $45 for this either. I probably honestly wouldn't pay $30 for this either. I mean, it's only 4 colors and it's not made for everybody. Like, I probably can't really use these on a regular basis without trying harder than I normally would to sculpt my face. You know, to me, it's just kind of meh. So what the heck, Boxycharm? You know, they actually sent 6 items this time around instead of their usual 5. So, you know, I can't complain, but technically, like, couldn't you say these are all one piece? Because the trio is considered one, and then the big brush is considered one. So, I mean, they say it's 6 pieces, but I really consider these all just kind of the same. That's great! I always say that Boxycharm is wonderful and you should sign up and blah blah blah, and I still think you should, just because this box wasn't exactly my favorite ever. There are other variations of this box you can get, and really it is a good value. You pay like $22 a month and you get all that, and I think that is worth it for sure. I've just been more excited and pleased with other boxes in the past. I like getting things that I'm like, ooh, that's interesting, oh, ooh, that's different. This didn't do it for me, this box this time. It just, yeah, like everything was just kind of bland, and that's not something I expect from Boxycharm. So thank you for watching. If you like monthly unboxings, I do them every month, so you can click subscribe down below, but I also do a lot of other things. I do wish hauls and hauls from other websites and things like that, some personal videos, heart-to-heart talks, story times, things like that. So if you like any of that kind of stuff, then go ahead and click subscribe and join my family. I would love to have you. And with that all being said, I will see you next week, and I think next week is probably going to be Ipsy. I haven't received my Ipsy bag yet, so I will have to film that shortly, and I'll see you with it next week. Okay, goodbye.